Over the last 15 years, countless established industries have been permanently transformed by technological developments. Music with iTunes, television with Netflix, and travel with Google Maps. These are known as disruptive innovations. Each time, a company took an existing concept and introduced the power and efficiency of a new digital breakthrough to revolutionize its experience. These industries now remain irrevocably changed. The disruption is so total, and the current way of doing things so obviously superior, that it's hard to imagine how things were done before. This disruption has been accelerated by the introduction of the smartphone, and how this little computer in our pockets has fundamentally changed how we live our lives. The smartphone has become a permanent staple throughout the world, with over 90% of the world's population expected to have mobile technology by 2018, the vast majority with smartphones. We believe that the current voting system is another sector ripe for disruption. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry that affects almost every country and municipality in the world, and yet the technology that supports it is woefully archaic, inefficient, and inconvenient. In almost every democracy, votes are recorded at physical booths at the tail end of long lines, and then are painstakingly tallied by hand. With this level of human involvement, there is always opportunity for miscounts and fraud, especially in poorer countries. And in many emerging democracies, voters brave the threat of violence and death while standing in line at the polls. For decades, governments have been attempting to bring their voting systems into the modern era, but with little success. For instance, in 2003, the United States alone spent $3.2 billion upgrading their voting processes. However, this was followed by enormous transformations in the communications sector, which almost immediately rendered their efforts obsolete. Since then, governments have been struggling to integrate mobile network technology into the voting process, but have lacked the critical innovations necessary to ensure that a system could be developed that was not only accurate, but also secure. To address this worldwide need, we are developing a mobile voting platform that combines the best mobile technology with a private distributed ledger technology, or blockchain, which will revolutionize the voting process. Here's how it works. A vote will be cast using our app on a smartphone. That vote is stored and packaged as a secure block of data and is simultaneously broadcast to the entire network, which acts as a massive validation system. That information becomes a series of real-time permanent global ledgers, which are irreversible and immune to corruption. Market research already projects that implementing a technology like this would increase voter turnout and decrease the cost per vote by as much as 50%. When it comes to online voting becoming the standard, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. A presidential commission has strongly recommended that all voting systems be replaced over the next 10 years, and we have a head start. Right now, our system is already being leveraged in Washington, D.C. and Montana for recording their primary and general election results. And this is just the beginning. With over 89,000 municipalities in the U.S. alone, the potential for growth at this phase is massive. Votem is a disruptive technology. This isn't a modification to the voting process. This is a fundamental shift in how people will ultimately vote.